Hello, buddies. So my clients requested that I make half egg rolls for them in order to meet um, their purchasing power. So I decided to make this. As usual, I measure out my flour, my 650 grams of flour, measure out my sugar, 90 grams, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of instant dry yeast, 1 over 2, that is half teaspoon of cinnamon powder, half tablespoon of milk powder flavor. Then I added nutmeg, crushed nutmeg, and then added a bit of turmeric powder. So first I measured out my water. So for the water I use normal temperature water, not cold, not warm, not lukewarm water, just normal temperature water. And for the water I use 340 grams first. So after mixing with the 340 grams, I added my margarine. So I added 10 grams of margarine and I kept on combining this till everything was thoroughly combined just this way. So after combining it at this point, and this was me adding the last part of the 340 grams of water. So at this point I added extra 1 tablespoon of water, and then I combine everything till it becomes soft and easy for me to work on. Okay, now I proceeded to kneading this dough on my work surface. Like I always do, I always like to either use my rolling pin to roll it out or to hit on it, any way that I can use just to make sure that this dough turn out soft. But I discovered that I forgot to add my other flavor, my mixed combo flavor. So when I remember it at this point, I added it and I combined it as well. Then, like I said, I went ahead and started rolling out this particular dough to make it soft. So after softening the dough for the first time, I covered it in my bowl and let it rest for 20 minutes. So after the first 20 minutes, I took it out. Then I rolled it out again, hit it again, like kneaded it again a little while. Then after kneading it this time, I put it back in the bowl and let it rest for another 20 minutes. So after the second 20 minutes, the dough must have softened and I'm ready to use it to wrap my half egg rolls. So each of the egg, I had to make sure I carefully cut it into two equal halves, just like this. Then I started molding. I measured each one 57 grams, so that I can use it to cover the dough. So after measuring or dividing the dough, I went ahead just this way. So I went ahead just this way. I started using it to cover the eggs. So like you all know, you always have to dip your eggs in your flour so that it doesn't become soggy inside, so that it doesn't also make the inside of the egg roll to be undercooked. So after wrapping all my eggs with the dough, I had to cover it to rest or to yes to rest for up to 30 minutes to 40 minutes. Sometimes you can also, if you want, you can leave it to rest up to 1 hour depending on the quantity you are frying. So 40 minutes is okay, 30 minutes is as well okay. Okay, because if you leave it up to 1 hour and you're not careful, it may be too puffy on the outside. But if you can regulate it well, it's not bad. Between 40 minutes to 50 minutes is fine. So after letting it to rest for this time, I heated up the oil And once my oil was ready, I had to start dropping it in the oil, just as you see. So I fried this gradually on low to medium heat till everything turned light golden brown. This frying time should not pass 8 minutes, highest 8 to 10 minutes anyway, but 8 minutes is okay. If you fry it well, 8 minutes should be okay. So this was me trying to check if it's done. If you punch a skewer into it and it didn't come out, if you come out with some of the batter on it, that means it's not cooked. So after that, once is but if you put the um, toothpick and it comes out clean, that means it is cooked. So this was my egg roll after.